What's up everybody and welcome to the Fight Franchise and our preview and prediction of the co-main event of UFC 302, which is an excellent main event where Sean Strickland takes on Paulo Costa. This is quite the interesting matchup for Sean Strickland, who, to be honest with you, after his loss against Strickland du Plessis, where he failed to defend his undisputed middleweight title, many fans thought he won that fight and was arguing he deserved an instant rematch. The UFC haven't gone that way, arguably because they want Israel Adesanya back in the title picture, as it will bring more eyes to the sport and is a bigger pay-per-view. So Sean Strickland, in the meantime, his game to fight anyone, is being paired up with Paulo Costa, who fought recently and is coming off a loss against Robert Whittaker. Brilliant fight in the middleweight division, a high-level fight at the top of the middleweight division, which could have brilliant implications on who could become the next title contender or be in contention very shortly, maybe at the end of the year or start of next year, a number one contender for the title. Let's have a look at the tail of the tape and then we'll kind of break down the fight and how we think it's going to go. Sean Strickland, let me just find it. Records 28-6 for Strickland, 14-3 for Paulo Costa. 6'1", Sean Strickland, 6'1", Paulo Costa. Reach, Sean Strickland, 76-inch reach. Paulo Costa, 72-inch reach. And leg reach, 41-inch reach. 39-inch reach for leg reach for Paulo Costa. Two excellent fighters atop the middleweight division, and honestly, when earlier in this year when Strickland du Plessis won the title, I was trying to get all the middleweights to fight each other, and ever since Strickland dethroned Izzy, the middleweight division has been brilliant. Everyone's fighting each other. There's action going on everywhere. Hopefully some more big fights get booked. It is one of the most now exciting divisions. It did get a bit stale and a bit boring while Israel was champion. Once Alex Pereira got in the mix, it threw a spanner in the works and made it entertaining. And that's no knock on Izzy. He did what he had to do as a dominant champion. But the middleweight division has now been on fire recently. You look at welterweight below, which has had no action. It's been one of the most boring divisions of the recent. Middleweight has been one of the most exciting. Let's kind of break down how I think this fight is going to go and their recent activity and what's going to happen. So we'll start off with Sean Strickland. Since 2020, he has had, let me count it up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 fights since 2020. When you look at Paulo Costa, since 2020, he's had 4 fights. Paulo Costa, he, in 2020, fought Izzy. 2021 fought Vettori, 2022 fought Luke Rockhold, and 2024, just this year, he fought Robert Whittaker. Sean's had almost triple the amount of fights in that same amount of time. So when you look at, experience, activity, who's going to be kind of more ready, you've got to go Sean Strickland. He's the busier fighter. He's fought not the better talent, I think they've fought equal talent. He's just fought more talent, which has, built his experience and he's game and ready for these big fights. He's now a global name after he beat Adesanya. He arguably has the best win of both guys, where he beat Adesanya for the undisputed title, which is one of the best performances in recent memory in UFC history. He schooled one of the best strikers on the feet and made him look, silly in Australia. So Sean Strickland, when it comes to, being game and ready to fight, no one's better than him. And if you look at Paulo Costa, 4 fights in the last 4 years, not good enough. And then when you look, he gets ready for a fight and then pulls out due to injury, gets ready for a fight, pulls out due to injury, gets ready for a fight, something else happens, fights Vettori and goes, I can't be bothered to make middleweight. That cut will drain him. It seems like a hard cut for Paulo Costa, who has to lose a lot of weight. And then when you look at the recent records, Sean Strickland's last 4, he's won 3, lost 1 against DDP. He's lost. When you look at Costa's last 4, lost to Adesanya, lost to Vettori, beat Rockhold, who is, way past it, and then lost to Whittaker recently, which was a very good fight. How do I think this fight is going to go? I think Paulo Costa has one way to win, and that's by KO. And I think that's the only way a lot of us see it. Let me just check. I'm certain this fight is 5 rounds, which is why I think it doesn't say if it's 5 rounds. It just says Sean Strickland. But I'm pretty certain this is 5 rounds, and I'm doing this prediction based off the fact that I'm pretty sure the fight is 5 rounds. Paulo Costa has not got a brilliant gas tank. You know, he is very explosive, and, you know, in his fights against Rockhold, against Romero, Whittaker, Uriah Hall, a lot of these guys, he has a lot of explosive moments, and he has a lot of big moments where he causes a lot of damage. However, it depletes his gas tank massively. So if he doesn't get the knockout, he is going to be depleted and low of energy. And against someone like Sean Strickland, who is all pace and who is all power, who is all pace, he'll put that steady pace on him, and slowly he'll drain Paulo Costa. And as the fight wears on, you know, Paulo Costa will slowly weaken, and then he's going to slowly lose that fight. I think the first round's going to be big for Paulo Costa. You know, Paulo Costa, he'll come out, all the guns blazing, put the pressure on Sean Strickland, back him up, and he needs to get Strickland's respect early. He needs to land a big punch or a big kick, which is going to be like, if Sean Strickland's pressing forward and coming forward, that one big hit is going to kind of put him off from pressuring forward, which will give Paulo Costa a break from all that pressure, because all Sean Strickland's going to do is slowly ease forward, jab, and that teep to the body, slowly ease forward, jab, and that pressure is going to overwhelm someone like Paulo Costa, who doesn't have amazing cardio. So if he can land a big moment like that spinning wheel kick he did on Rob, big left hook, big kick to the body, he can get respect early. He needs a KO in the early rounds, because if he doesn't, I think, which is why I'm predicting Sean Strickland is going to win a decision. Not a comfortable decision, because if this fight goes to a war, Paulo Costa has shown over the years he is down to go for a war, because he had a brilliant fight against Marvin Vettori when they were smashing each other. He had a great fight, and the legendary fight against Yoel Romero, where they went to war with each other. So he is capable of going to war, and so is Sean Strickland. You know, Sean Strickland's willing to bite down on his mouthpiece and go toe-to-toe with Paulo Costa, go toe-to-toe with anyone, but he'll be down to go toe-to-toe with Paulo Costa. I think there's going to be a lot of trash talk, but it's not going to get into Costa's head, because he's very, you know, relaxed and joking. And Sean Strickland, you know, he'll try and play the big man and the tough man character, you know, that American character he has. But it's going to be an excellent fight. But I just think the overwhelming pressure is going to be too much for someone Paulo Costa to handle, because we've seen it late in the fight against Rockhold, late in the fight against Whittaker, late in the fight against Vettori. You know, his gas tank diminishes, and then he goes for these massive shots, and then they just slow down and lose a bit of power and steam. But he's still going. You know, he's got an excellent body kick. You know, he's got excellent kicks, but that body kick that he has is fantastic, Paulo Costa. So if you can use that, cause some damage early and take the wind out of Strickland sails, it'll be good. Or he needs to do as Alex Pereira did, you know, go low to the body with the body kicks, or go low with the leg kicks and then come up high, or come up high with the spinning wheel kick like he did against Whittaker and rock him. So Paulo Costa is going to have to use his arsenal of MMA and use his, you know, knowledge of striking to try and outdo Sean Strickland. I don't think we'll see any grappling from either guys. I think they're just going to have a war on the feet, because they're going to try and steal the show and win that fight of the night bonus and kind of help cement their name. But I just think the pressure of Sean Strickland coming forward will be too much for Paulo Costa to handle. Those teeps to the body, that constant pressure, that constant being on the back foot for Paulo Costa. You know, he's going to have those explosive moments, but if they don't land, which I don't think they will, because the one thing about Strickland, he has a brilliant defensive guard. You know, when you look at his middleweight record, he's only been knocked out by one guy, Alex Pereira. And Alex Pereira, his nuclear power. So that shows you how good Strickland's defense is. If there's anyone in the middleweight division who can get through Strickland's defense, you know, it would be someone like a Paulo Costa, because he has got the power to kind of get through. But when you saw, I'd say Costa and Dricus du Plessis are very similar built, you know, those kind of bulldozer-ish kind of go forward and smash you kind of styles. Strickland was able to survive and have success against du Plessis. It's the same. It's not the exact same, but it's a very similar style with Paulo Costa. Strickland will have success there as well. I think Strickland struggles with those, Pereira's very technical in his striking, and he does a lot of small nuanced things which caught out Strickland, which got him caught with the left hook. But then you see him against one of the best kickboxers we've ever seen, Izzy. Strickland had a brilliant game plan, forced him back and got the win. So I think the same is going to happen again. I think Sean Strickland on the front foot, putting on pressure, teeps to the body, jab. He'll put on a comfortable and a brilliant performance, get that win, get back in the title picture. Izzy will fight DDP. However that goes, I think Strickland should be back in the title picture. It was a close loss. You could argue he won against DDP, so get him back in the title picture. And then who knows? Because I don't think there's another big fight for him after Paulo Costa, unless he fights Robert Whittaker. But the winner of Robert Whittaker and Khamzat Chimaev is looking likely to go on to fight for the undisputed world title. So Sean Strickland gets the win and is back in the title picture. That's how I predict this fight is going to go, and I think it's going to be a 5-round decision with 4 rounds going to Strickland and 1 round going to Costa. Let us know down in the comments below how you think this fight is going to go. Do you think Paulo Costa can get it done and get the knockout, or do you think the safe performance of Sean Strickland putting on the pressure will get the job done? Leave your predictions down in the comments below. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe for more MMA and fight content coming soon. We hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you in the next one.